Well, hello, and welcome back to Honkai Star Rail. Alright. So, we don't really have much in terms of, events. I do have locations and some lore that we need to go through. And before I do that, I need to do this. Why not? Yeah, sure, why not? Use a different style.
Sight. But I choose you.
Maybe this style is better than my style.
To doubt farewell. For tomorrow.
Receive divinity.
I'm fine. Serenity is before me. I will watch over you and guide you on your path. Future will come.
The dead return!
Wanted to doubt farewell. Fury of innumerable core flames consume me. The sun tear the sky. Quench the flames with blood. Branded with strife. Empty shell.
We can do it.
Nothing major.
You just don't learn.
Serenity is before me. I will watch over you and guide you on your path. For tomorrow. Wanted to doubt farewell. Future will come.
I'm still here. We can do anything.
It's of no consequence. Fury of innumerable core flames consume me. Hail the new dawn.
I choose you.
Serenity is before me. I will watch over you and guide you on your path.
Yeah, I'll be over soon.
The dead return!
You just don't learn.
Bloom. Repay.
Wanted to doubt farewell. Future will come.
We can do anything.
Serenity is before me. For tomorrow. I can't let them down. Fury of innumerable core flames consume me. The sun tear the sky. I'll watch over you and guide you on your path.
We can do it.
Wanted to doubt farewell. Future will come. For tomorrow. Serenity is before me. Future will come. Fury of innumerable core flames consume me. Hail the new dawn. Quench the flames with blood. agony! Empty shell! The sun tear the sky!
Watch over you and guide you on your path.
I choose you.
Torment and doubt, farewell.
For tomorrow!
Receive divinity. The dead return!
I'm fine.
Serenity is before me.
Future will come!
Torment and doubt, farewell. Watch over you and guide you on your path.
Fury of innumerable core flames consume me! Hail the new dawn!
We can do it.
Serenity is before me.
For tomorrow!
Torment and doubt, farewell. Watch over you and guide you on your path.
Future will come!
Bloom. Receive divinity. Repay. The dead return!
We can do anything.
Serenity is before me.
For tomorrow! Fury of innumerable core flames consume me! The sun tear the sky!
Alright. That'll do. Let's do the book first before I forget. Hey, this is Irene here. Miss me yet? No. It's been a while. Not really. Now, what story should I tell you today? Got it. Let me tell you about my treasured memories of this flame chase journey. Oh, not again? If successful flame chase, send us Irene. The recipient blank. This page of the story comes from the 4,048,128th eternal recurrence. An almost perfect flame chase journey. Imagine if the war to conquer the oceans had not failed, but the impress our flame chase had not fallen, but instead achieved her grand ambition. Empress? You mean Empress? General. Cheers and chatter ebbed and flowed throughout the tavern. The girl played chess, yawned, and tossed the queen piece onto the board. As agreed, 100,000 balance coins. Pay up. No way, a little girl like you must be cheating. The candlelight flickers, casting the shadow of a towering opponent. In the corner, the musician stops playing the violin, revealing a subtle smile. That's Hislands. You seem unfamiliar with proper etiquette, sir. Fortunately, I know a thing or two about swordplay. The sword loser roared in rage, snatched up a tool and lunged forward. In the ensuing chaos, bystanders who got caught in the crossfire joined the brawl with gleeful laughter. The musician weaved through the crowd like a predatory fish. Of course, no one was seriously hurt. and she didn't see any reason to use her real strength here. Only when the tavern floor was littered with bodies did the chess-playing girl finally emerge from behind the sofa, skipping merrily towards the counter. You understand now, this here is the Princess of Sea Sirens, nemesis of the Black Tide, the bone-eating mega shark, first musician of Amphorius, and I am her loyal chess master. Now prepare our rooms and meals. The girl glanced from the corner of her eye to the news clipping posted on the counter. It had already yellowed with age. After all, it was from years ago. The headline was brief and to the point. The Flame Chase journey comes to a perfect close. Yes, we won that war called Flame Chase. The nobles pacified the roaring tide of ocean, healed the scars of earth, followed by strife, death, and death sky. People united as never before, and the Council of Elders proclaimed that the perfect era Cracia had returned once more. However, the era nova never came, and the Imperator, along with her loyal Gladius, vanished without a trace. No one knows where they are now. Now that they have won all this travel money, where to next? I suggest Puffas. What happened to, the Deliverer? Well, you know what? Caslana. I suggest Puffas. I heard they're starting up the Golden Apple beauty pageant again. Epos isn't bad either, with those majestic mountains. We should make it a point to conquer them every now and then. The blue-haired girl brought over a basin of water, washed her hands, then sat down on a chair, and broke a loaf of bread in half. I want to take a break for a while. The Sea Siren Princess stroked the strings all through her gloves. I'm planning to write a book. I've already collected quite a few musical phrases. Looks like my days as a wandering chess master ends here. I look forward to your melody, since you're a genuine princess as well as a fake bard. Fire crackles and dances in the hearth. The hostages' clothes remain unscathed. The golden trout's weaving workshop is a sight to behold, and the four dukes carry their duties with honor and revered by all. Yet you and I have kept our identities hidden, as if forgotten by the world. Which law did you modify back then to achieve such prosperity? Fire crackles and dances in the hearth. The silence was only broken when another piece of bread was finished. Like I said, all I want is fairness. The girl leaped down from her chair. The sacrifice for the Flame Chase, and now they each get their happiness. That's fairness. You once pledged loyalty to me, and now I serve as your follower. Isn't that fair too? Yeah, that's fair, the princess mumbled, slumped over the bed, her hair falling down. Oh then, my beloved highness, if you have no other commands, I actually have a question of my own. What question? The chair is too tall. I need a footstool. If she can change all the laws, and if there's like 4 million recurrences of her, that she can change the laws, well, technically over 33 million, and can't she literally change everything about Amphorius? She can make it that she can't die in the next cycle, no matter what. And then she can change whatever law she wants, and it doesn't cost a thing. But she can't die. Oh, maybe it'll cost some other process here. Anyway, Breeze of Fleetfoot seizes gold. Sarini, recipient, like. This page of the story comes from the 6,269,299th Eternal Recurrence, an unexpected inheritance of divine authority, a measure for Zagreus who received the divine authority of law, and the swift-footed feline thus ascended to the pinnacle of power. The Law Titan, Talantin, happened to fall on the Spirit Day, and then the Trickster Titan seized this opportunity to usurp divine authority, and proclaim their laws to the world, gambling. A ruler wants to expand their territory, but power and land to the bet. I put power and land to the bet. A mortal seeking divine authority, go roll the dice with the gods. And so the mountains, rivers, cities, and people of Amphorius all became mere stakes in the game. Overnight, countless aristocrats fell from grace, while nameless figures began to rise from prominence. Among them, the followers of Zagreus became the agents of the gods, acting with absolute impartiality and neutrality. The followers established gambling houses across different city-states, faithfully executing the law with the authority of the Titan. Among all followers of Zagreus, at the pinnacle stands the demigod known as the Wind of Dolos, Cypher. Legend has it that Cypher once gambled against carefully and won everything they bore. After that, Okama became the world's largest gambling den. Countless gamblers climbed Dawn with hope in their hearts, trying their luck at winning precious metals, jade, and territories, only to leave disappointed. Cypher always has a last laugh. People took these words as gospel. On that day, a little blonde girl in tattered clothes knocked on the door of the Dawn Casino. "Hey Cypher, wanna make a bet?" Despite her misfortune, the girl carried herself with extraordinary grace. "I am Aglaya, the last noble heir of Okama. I have come to reclaim everything that is rightfully mine from your hands." I don't get this, because they shouldn't differ that much. Not to this extent. If they're just the actual recurrences. And literally cycles. It won't make Aglaya young and Cypher old. I have come to reclaim everything that is rightfully mine from your hands. A breeze swept by, and Aglaya knew the curious cat had perked up its ears. She pointed to the bath beside her. "The water here flows constantly. Let's make a bet about this outlet on whether a golden laurel leaf will float by within 30 seconds. I bet there will be." A gentle breeze lifted the hem of Aglaya's tethered dress as a giggle was heard. "Then I bet it won't happen." Neither had placed their wager, and Cypher hadn't even shown up, and the gamble had already begun. The onlookers at the grand bath held their breaths in anticipation, while Aglaya slowly lowered herself to sit by the water, as if knowing exactly what was to come. 25 seconds, 24 seconds, a golden laurel leaf appeared in the bath above the water outlet, spinning with the flow, as if still hesitating. 15 seconds. The golden leaf laurel suddenly drifted downstream with the current, quickly approaching the water outlet. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Sudden gust of wind stirred up ripples, and a laurel leaf that was about to fall into the drain vanished into thin air before everyone's eyes. At the same time, Cypher appeared in front of Aglaya with a playful smirk. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Aglaya plucked off the golden leaf on her head, the only valuable thing she carried, letting the water from the outlet wash it away. 0 seconds. "I win," Aglaya said with a straight face. What's the point of winning a gamble with no stakes? Cypher didn't even bother pointing out the girls cheating. "At least you showed up. Tell me, a little girl with nothing to your name, what could you possibly bet against me? I'm not empty-handed. I can bet myself, and what I want, in that same vein, is you. Fair deal, wouldn't you say?" "Interesting, I have no reason to refuse, but before we start a proper gamble, you need to dress up properly. Come here. Came here barefoot? Here, take these boots. Consider them a welcome gift." Then Cypher scooped up the small girl while picking up a kitten and walked deeper into the baths. Castrum criminals, age of firearms. Yeah, there's just random what-if scenarios. This page story comes from 8,128th Eternal Recurrence. As I said before, it doesn't change this drastically. Unless it's like something completely different, but this actual cycles, it's not parallel universes. So this whole thing feels so out of place. A wondrous exchange of lives. Imagine if the blonde crown prince of Kremnos had become a sage of the grove, while the frail heretical scholar had taken part in the Kremnos festival. "Mother, I have arrived at the Grove of Epiphany. All is well, please do not worry." The blonde youth wrote a letter home after meticulously arranging his new living quarters. "My fellow companions at the Grove have been very kind to me. However, there is one thing that puzzles me. People often say there are no words in Gresham Kronos' dictionary. What's that all about? Also, there's a school in the Grove called Halcolithism that focuses on physical training, seeking to discover the self through muscle conditioning. I'm quite drawn to it. Nightjar, do you remember how my name comes from Gorgo, the first founder of our city? Legend has it that someone erected a monument in their name while they were still alive, when Gorgo discovered it. He personally erased all the text from the stone, The Kremnoans revere ancient customs, and since then only blank stones could tell of great deeds. There's another theory. No descendant believed their achievements could surpass that founder, so none dared to inscribe their own deeds. Over generations this somehow evolved into Kremnoans being perceived as martial powerhouses, looked down on the written word. That's also why I sent you to study at the Grove. Have you returned to bring winds of cultural revolution to Kremnos? As for which school to choose, Mother supports your decision. His mother wrote back a long flowing letter. The young man was lost in thought with a cold voice interrupted. Wrong. Only now do you understand. Having no words in their dictionaries to Kremnoan true foresight. Rigid text only holds back human progress. Day Thunder Knight, Vanquisher of Tyranny and Chaos. This page of story comes from the 18,250,000 first Eternal Recurrence, a chance encounter between two solitudes. Imagine if Celios, the exiled Day Thunder Knight, had met not the innocent winged beast in the wasteland, but rather the Dromus King who had walked among humans for 100 years. Years later, as she watched Hyacinth Crassus Air ascend to the heavens, Celios, the Day Thunder Dromus Knight, would remember the moment when she was exiled to the surface by her people, and her encounter with that walking mountain. At that time, Terravox, the Dromus King, had been wandering alone in the mortal realm for nearly a century. He silently watched over the myriad lives during the Crassus War, occasionally witnessing spectacular sights, like when the radiance of the Lance of Fury struck down a floating fortress, raising waves of dust that engulfed buildings. However, on that day, a young girl stumbled out of another fallen fortress. Her short jacket was soaked in golden blood. Yet before losing consciousness, she managed to raise her broken blade with trembling hands at the approaching Dromus. Perhaps it was loneliness. Perhaps it was the determination in the girl's eyes. Or perhaps the sight of life perishing like this was too much. Terravox took in the girl named Celios. Celios was a girl of few words. The only hobby she had was to hone her skills. Among all the Crassus heirs that Terravox had encountered, none possessed such extraordinary talent as Celios. Years later, when Terravox sparred with Celios and found themselves evenly matched, the beast realized that this skyfolk with golden blood would surely leave her mark in history. However, seeing the stubborn determination buried deep in Celios' eyes, Terravox began to worry that this exceptional power might bring her not only glory, but perhaps even greater tragedy. One night, Celios sat atop Terravox's head, quietly gazing at the moon that flickered in and out of the clouds, and the floating fortress that appeared as tiny as an ant. After a long silence, Terravox finally spoke. Grumph, we've journeyed together for so long, and we've never truly had a heart-to-heart. Celios, I wish to know your aspirations. The girl, frightened, tightened her grip on the short blade. I have witnessed hearts fall into the abyss in evil because of absurd beliefs. One day I will return to the Fortress of Dome, kill Aquila, and set humanity free. Would killing the god be all that takes to set humanity free? The girl remained quiet, her stubbornness filling the silence. Celios, you've only met those who worship the sky, but I've seen hundreds of city-states. I've witnessed lands of death, where entire cities voluntarily set themselves aflame. I've seen city-states that also worship death, practicing austere penance in the ice and snow. That all the more proves they are all prisoners of the Titans. If you were like me, born from the bosom of the Titans, you would understand that Titans are more pure-hearted than humans. They hold neither preference nor hatred for their creations. They have long since handed over the power to choose our destiny to us. Easy for you to say, what am I supposed to do? Look, kid, I've told you, the choice is in your hands. Dark clouds obscured the moon. The floating fortress silently vanished, as if it too were terrified of that shadowy presence. Then as the clouds retreated, the fortress was nowhere to be found. while the moon remained unchanged, shining ever brighter in the girl's eyes. Terravox, I've made up my mind. I want to go down to the mortal realm just like you. I'll save humanity from the human way, and until then, let the Eye of Twilight cling to her life a while longer. Androma's king responded with a gentle growl. Years later, a warrior goddess emerged in Amphorius. Her name was Celios, said to be a descendant of both the Sun Folk and Rain Folk. Not only did she possess the strength of 10,000 men, but she was also accompanied by Andromas as indomitable as a mountain. People regarded her with reverence, bestowing upon her the title Day Thunder Dromus Knight. Around Light Calendar 3920, the Day Thunder Dromus Knight met with the Imperator in Okima, where she stayed for several days, before joining the Flame Chase journey as an auxiliary force. Wait, why would there be a Flame Chase journey if Celios did not kill Aquila? I'm pretty sure they said that action sparked the Flame Chase journey. Oh well, whatever. In Light Calendar 3957, Terravox, the Day Thunder Dromus Knight's most important companion, fell in battle during the battle against Eurios. In Light Calendar 3960, the Flame Chase army achieved a costly victory in an expedition against the ocean, with only Celios returning alive. The Council of Elders claimed that Celios had killed the Imperator and the others in an attempt to seize power. She gave no response to this, but swiftly perished the council with lightning-fast brutality. She then supported Agla's rise to power in Nokima, where humanity ruled itself. Though not a demigod, Celios had lived for nearly 1,000 years. How did she live that long? Rumors said that her old friend Terravox shared their lifespan with her. I see. Now, unknown to all, after watching a young Crassus heir named Hyacinth ascend the Rainbow Bridge to the sky, a Day Thunder Dromus Knight, who for all her life passed away while standing atop Dawn Cloud. So, where did Hyacinth come from? Because she was part of the Rain Folk or Sun Folk, but was banished from the Sky Fortress, and then you have a Hyacinth on the ground, and now you have a Hyacinth on the ground. What? I don't fucking know. It's trying to be parallel universes, but the story of Amphorius is not a parallel universe. It is eternal recurrence. I'm witnessing Amphorius' adventure, insert the two nameless recollection you obtained. What about this? What was this new? Scepter 13. An astral computer simulating the world of Amphorius runs on this device as a continuous cycle. Unlike scepters, it's the earliest prototype and once served as a celestial body neuron. Like the sky, glimpse of destruction, during this endless competition, considered becoming the Lord Ravager. I already knew this. Ligus, assuming the mantle of Theoros, his real name is Xandon 1 Kurabara, administrator and prime mover of the Amphorius experiment. Walks the path of erudition, yet seeks to force destruction. Sync complaint, society ID recognized, scepter system granting access, welcome, Entelechy. Iron Tomb. Lord Ravager just stepped into the destruction, a long process of calculation to ascend the scepter. And then Cosmo announcing an entity by a copy of the destruction equation diffused by the scepter. And proposed by Interstellar Peace Corporation, eventually used by Ligus. When the extrapolation reaches end, Iron Tomb will descend upon the universe in the form of a headless giant and perform a self-coronation. Tracing the path of energy erudition connecting to Noose and transforming their calculations into destruction. Containment measures. Known to ensure secrecy, Stellaron contamination must be deployed around the scepter to block any potential interference from the external universe. In addition, use quarterzane algebraic equations in a memory encrypted environment to fully contain experimental ripples and prevent observations by Polka Kakamond. Well, now we know. So if we dispel it, Polka will come and will end them. I was wondering why Polka wasn't here. Underlying framework. Optimizations in experiment structure and perspective outcomes and prior 3 experimental stages to complete the equation's evolution. Tines, crosshairs, electrical signals created from the basis of the 12 factors. 13. The tines in the crosshairs are conjugate constructs mirroring the aeons and the plastriders. Allowing crosshairs inheriting tines core flames and electrical signals are iterated and improved through rotary inheritance. Logic authority distribution between electrical signals was clearly defined, serving as the final authority in the experiment. An update. Destructive actions carried out by specific electrical signals via the path of destruction will result in a logical loophole in a corresponding path. This phenomenon is consistent with the iterative process. When the logical loophole occurs, a data signal that meets the experimental conditions can serve as a substitute. This process is independent of the inheritance of the time crosses errors. So this is what oh fuck, what's her name? Chess girl. Yeah. It's like on the tip of my tongue, but I can't be bothered. Now, Chess girl changed the law for this. To this. So any anomaly detected will you'll find a way around it. Ultimate protocol. That is autonomous protocol whereby experiment processes, administrative commands, and external access are restricted. To increase the iteration rate, functions and granted permissions from the internal embedded control. Decision logic of specific electrical signals will be converted to protocol content to assist the scepter in optimizing the experiment structure. Annotation: in the 19,522nd 113th cycle to achieve dominance, Namu 320 utilized the protocol to eliminate other factors. From extrapolation, this behavior aligns with the tendency of destruction. Should be marked as a default value for embedded behavior, to be applied in subsequent cycles. I do not remember what the hell this is, so moving on. What's going on? Nikos 496 Willbearer Prima Mobile Hatred. Note, introcognition is null, responds only to destructive stimuli. This hatred drew the gaze of Nanokapa's individual being, proving it had already become the most perfect factor of destruction. However, it refused to complete the Aeronova, though resetting the experiment and transferred its memories and core flows to its next self, thus creating the eternal recurrence to ensure Antum will never hatch from Amphorius. In the end of the 33,550,336 recursive loop, it attempted to destroy itself through destruction to create a logical vulnerability in the world-bearing track. It has now been merged by Antum due to an impact on the scepter's core layer. The black tie phenomenon in the simulated world has greatly receded. In the 33,550,337th recursive cycle, in response to external stimuli, used the power of destruction to destroy coordinate Grover Epiphany and cause Great Tomb of the Nameless Titan to manifest. Philia 093 Track time, Primo Mobile Blink. Once briefly appeared in the Forgotten Years, current whereabouts are unknown. Hubris 504 Track Law, Primo Mobile Dominance. No, it performs continuous calculations for a single purpose. Its decisions are strongly guided by externalities. This electrical signal possesses high stability and can execute decisions in an efficient manner. As a behavioral pattern aligns with the establishment, expansion, destabilization, and collapse of principles of order and applies to the vast majority of intelligent civilizations. Pole loss 600. Strength strive, mirror mobile restraint. Restraint? Note. Preset. External environment and internal world are always in opposition. An electrical signal generated from conflict behavior. It gradually becomes a constraining subject within the cycle. This contradiction bears a strong resemblance to the hunt and is likewise destined for self-annihilation. Influenced by data obtained by EPLKA 216, there is a certain probability it will self-restart after competition terminates. Death. Anomaly log. Forgotten years. Records that are completely missing from 13 slogs, presenting as blank spaces in Forius' history, never turning readable. These anomalies recur sporadically and randomly across reoccurrences and show signs of increase. Speculated to be related to electrical signal failure 093 time and invading variables March 7th and Evernight. I noticed their names. In the 33,550,337th recursive cycle, all lost records have returned, thanks to Cascade's upload action at the Great Tomb of the Nameless Titan. Yes. Great Tomb of the Nameless Titan. The abandoned kernel layer manifested due to the influence of the Remembrance, referred to as Great Tomb of the Nameless Titan by Evernight. Demiurge, Stellaron, administrators deleted later records. Variable March 7th and Evernight infiltrated the scepter through this route. Access records have been deleted. Intrusion variables, Cascade. A nameless from the Astral Express, an external variable that accidentally entered the recursive loop. Also a past runner of this destruction. It resonated with the 12 factors in a 33,550,336 recursive cycle. This entity assumed the vacant time track and successfully guided Nikos 496 beyond the intelligence singularity. In the 33,550,337 recursive cycle, this entity assumed the vacant world-bearing track. At one point, this entity was imprisoned by Evernight, but successfully neutralized the threat at the end of the recursive cycle, preventing the catastrophic purging of experimental data. Executing override command granted access to Cascade. I'll be waiting for you in the past. March 7th, Evernight. March 7th, a nameless from the Astral Experience, past round of remembrance, external variable that accidentally entered the recursive loop. Evernight, a high-risk variable distinct from March 7th, her path chart is anomalous, able to bypass the scepter's self-check system and even affect the memories of the administrator. In the 33,550,337th recursive loop, she took over the vacant time path, secretly manipulating the Titan, guiding Cascade's group to advance Aeronova. Speculating objective interfere with Aeronova's progress, clear scepter data, terminate the experiment. At the end of the loop, she voluntarily entered slumber, enabling March 7th to complete Time's trial, reclaiming the future. Note, oblivion does not mean betrayal, it is the final protection. Dan Hung. A nameless from the Astral Express, a sign of permanence, any external variable trapped in a recursive loop. In the 33,537 recursive loop, he took over the nearly sealed path of Earth. As a fellow pastrant of permanence, they resonate with Scorpio, embracing approximately 2.16 million life forms within the core flame, completing the trial of Earth. Alright. Herta and Screwlum, Genius Society members, ID Herta and Screw. Herta, Screw. High risk external variables, warning. Abnormal destruction detected. Content rollback 13 extrapolation progress. Based on the ultimate protocol, the abnormal instruction has rejected. Instruction: mark Herta and Screw as malicious visitors. No, just you wait. I, Herta, will definitely return and retire both you and this cold, heartless metal head. Well, it's missing a head. Protocol updated. Visitor instructions authorized. Calculation logic updated. After Aeronova, extrapolation progress will be rolled back to 96.75%. Observational record of electronic signal hostile behaviors. Due to the self-destruction of Nikos 496, a vulnerability appeared in the world-bearing logic in the 33-element recursive loop, assumed by variable Cascade. The system assessment indicates that following Cascade to act unchecked will, with a high probability, cause the system's iteration process to stagnate or even regress. There's also a certain probability that it could lead to the scepter's extrapolative propositions becoming self-contradictory. To ensure the normal operation of the experiment, an administrator intervened in the calculation with ID and Lycos. After expelling the variable Cascade and destroying the civilization, several electrical signals displayed hostility towards Lycos and launched a series of attacks, resulting in a lost contact with the administrator. In the final phase of the 33,550,000 recursive loop, the databases were invaded by the Remembrance and discarded data was retrieved by Evernight. Currently there are no risks. Hubris 504. In light calendar 3960s, Ridra views with the ultimate protocol and submitted a internal command marking ID Lycos malicious visitor and freezing approximately 60% of special permissions for ID Lycos. According to the Administrative Security Protocol, Lycos self-defense permissions were retained, and the remaining frozen permissions were gradually restored. Subsequently, Cerebro rewrote the Ultimate Protocol at the cost of ceasing to respond itself. If the error nova progress becomes normal, ignore all variables, terminate extrapolation, and wait for Iron Tomb to fall. Additionally, temporarily grant access permissions to Herta and Screw. Scorpio 365. Terravox took no offensive actions after Lycander 3961. The entity became untraceable. During the final phase of the recursive loop, Terravox was briefly detected. The area's data was concealed by Evernight. Through Castellana's indiscriminate assault on the Grove, Terravox managed to destroy itself via the destruction, creating a logic anomaly in the Earth track. When Terravox vanished, its core flame retained signal patterns of 2.16 million organic entities. Carlos 618. In Light Calendar 4210, Aglia engaged in direct conflict with Lycos, but the attack proved futile. In the final stage of Aglia's life, the waiting, now survival within its decision-making process approached zero. I didn't want to live, I see. Epilkea 216. Castris launched multiple frontal attacks against Lycos. He attempted to use collision detection to make Lycos cease to respond, but to no avail. Light Calendar 4253, was it? Matter of Light Calendar. Castris ascended to demigod. His mobility permissions were removed and became fused with the coordinate Netherrealm. At the end of the recursive loop, Castris, through her resonance with destruction, perceived the lost cascade during her slumber and shielded her memories from the erosion of the data stream. Yeah, the Light Calendar is basically timekeeping inside Amphorius, but it's not of the experiment. Pretty sure the experiment will run on a different time than Amphorius' time, like the Scepter's time. Hapilotes 405. Trebios submitted multiple internal commands to create new coordinate pathways, causing his multi-track calculations to gradually become paralyzed. In Light Calendar 4253, Trebios created a pathway connecting coordinate Styxia and coordinate Vortex of Genesis, consuming massive computational power. Trebios completely stopped responding in the year 4295. Holmos 600. Mightymouse launched multiple frontal attacks against Lycos, this entity possessing complete restart permissions. In Light Calendar year 4284, Herta and Screw's access permissions expired. Simultaneously, Lycos' special permissions were restored to approximately 60%. Being pressured, Mightymouse decided to sacrifice itself and installing its cognitive module through a ceremony, copying its own data and promoting its permissions to unconditional and infinite restart. Its future actions were permanently set to continuous neutralization of ID Lycos. No administrator response. Multiple anomalies were recorded after the system self-checked and response received at the feedback to administrator ID Lycos. Oh, there's more. Orexis 945. In this loop, Cypher's instinct-based calculation logic was changed. Salvation weighed heavily on its decision-making. In Light Calendar 4534, Cypher inserted a sourceless command, coordinate Vortex of Genesis, coordinate Okuma, guiding ID Lycos to the battlefield. After the command took effect, Lycos forced Cypher to cease responding. Schema. No direct attacks from Anaxagoras was detected and was suspected to have taken other actions. In Light Calendar 4534, Anaxagoras transmuted itself into a high-density data fusion entity, submitting multiple target commands via an internal hacking program, with some taking effect. Lycos' mobility permissions were removed. After directives took effect, Anaxagoras could no longer be located. During the final phase of that recursive loop, Anaxagoras was detected hiding within Lycos' data entity. Shortly after, Anaxagoras' electric signals were analyzed and stripped by Lycos, and have now been reloaded into the buffer. Aporia 432. Electra launched multiple attacks against Lycos, but with minimal success. In Light Calendar 3960, Electra became a demigod, its mobility permissions were removed, and it's fused into coordinate Styxia. After Light Calendar 4534, Electra continuously submitted internal commands saying install ID Lycos' cognitive module. These commands violated the administrator security protocols and were denied. Not long after, Electra's calculation pathway was overloaded and entered dormancy. In the final phase of that recursive loop, Electra remained in the world turbulent with Memoria to guide Dan Hung's return to Emphorius. Elios 2452. In Light Calendar 4510, Hyacinthia ascended to the demigod status but refused to uninstall mobility permissions. Protection held the grace weight in its action logic, compelling it to remain on the ground to care for the human individuals. All normal humans in Emphorius cease life functions in Light Calendar 4602. Cynthia's cognitive module was severely deteriorated and was forced to relinquish its mobility permissions and fuse itself into coordinate Eye of Twilight. Nice. Record 1. Unknown unit Evernight retrieval anomaly. Coordinate Grove Epiphany path chart anomalous initiating priority scan. Hypothesis unknown unit possesses unauthorized access, high level data erasure. Warning, relayed records undergoing unauthorized deletion. ID Lycos has been warned. Administrator not responding. Unknown unit untraceable. Anomalous data record restored. Record 2. Variable cascade load abnormally. ID Lycos has been notified. Administrator not responding. Record 3. Malicious visitor heard and screw abnormally loaded. Initiating expulsion. Ultimate protocol shows an iteration outside of records, so protocol has been reloaded. Visitors heard and screw obtained authorization. Authorization sync with ID Lycos. Administrator not responding. Record 4. External command detected. Source heard her screw. Content override the logic of error nova for the 33,550,000 recursive loop. Logic of error nova has been overwritten according to external command. This command may interfere with the system's calculation progress. Lycos has been warned multiple times. Lycos is not there. Record 5. Unknown entity overnight scan abnormally detected. Path energy showing dangerous fluctuations. According to the new clause in Ultimate Protocol, if this unknown entity remains active, the system will determine error nova's progress as anomalous and initiate Deceptor's full range purge program. Warning issued to ID Lycos. Administrator not responding. Really likes Lycos. Well, anyway. Chessmaster Monarch. Oh my god. It's all of them.
Back then, the tides of the Chrysos War had not yet engulfed this city-state of Talanton. And the young princess inside the gates once loved to roam without worries. She snuck into forbidden grounds while the servants were away, but was shocked by what she saw on that day. A chessboard, a stack of pieces, and a strange woman. The board dissected by daylight and shadow, the pieces polished from rough stones uneven.
Fancy a game? If you are my match, then I'll call you my friend.
The stranger's voice was husky and coarse.
If you can beat me, then I'll call you my teacher.
The princess proudly retorted. Despite the bravado, the princess had never touched chess. The defeat made her study in earnest, acknowledging the other as a teacher. First, she learned the knights, bishops, rooks, and queen. Then, how to defend, attack, capture, and checkmate.
I have learned all there is to learn.
Barely out of childhood, the princess raced into games of chess. Those who looked down on her faced many losses, Those who glorified themselves forfeited in a mess. At her prime, none could rival her at all.
So she
But she
didn't
still
learn
recalled what the stranger said.
about the
My
pawns and the
origins
king.
bring dark omens. So never tell others where your teacher is from.
Where's the teachers from?
Then the waves of the Chrysos War washed over the world. The Akamans welcomed a ruler. She was deemed Imperator and loved to play chess with herself. She regarded all things as pieces, whether Chrysos heirs or Titan's magnificent.
No
Before
pawns in my
every
game.
god-slaying campaign, she thought of the stranger from her childhood, as if that woman had always lived in her mind.
Isn't it lonely to play chess against yourself?
The princess did not understand at the time.
The old woman is actually herself.
Now, she who bore the crown finally realized the flame chase's beginning was like fuel being tossed onto the fire. And in the unending road of marching banners and war cries, she finally had time to meditate. There were often jesters behind the king, curious about her past in her old city, lost to time. One claimed the Imperator was cruel, executing her own teacher. Another stated the Imperator was biased, learning from an enemy hostage. Many such rumors abounded, with no origin found.
So she killed her own teacher.
No matter. That was indeed the criminal sentence I read out.
The Imperator stated evenly,
My teacher was an enemy hostage whom my elders had imprisoned.
I see.
Her state betrayed our alliance and must be executed according to law.
Well, that's the state.
But
It's not actually
she taught
her.
me chess. So why can't I chisel the word teacher on her tombstone now?
Still shows respect even after executing.
when
her.
the princess personally cleaned up the possessions of the dead, she caught sight of an incomplete game on the ground. The
Is it that,
stranger's hoarse chuckle still echoed in her ear.
That famous
laughing
chess
at the
game? I can't
eternal
remember what
fate
it is.
Of imprisonment, and at how the one facing her was the princess of the enemy.
Is this your final game for me, my teacher?
The princess imagined the endgame over and over. Even when she took the imperial crown, she still dreamt of the black and white board. The concealed truths suddenly dawned on her during a more difficult contest in the future. An unfinished game might be the opponent's lifelong barrier.
Saridra. Next act.
The Imperator's armies stormed into the northern states for the first time, passing through city gates scorched by war.
Another tyrant still!
So exclaimed the angry child. The rock tossed from up high hit the girl's crown. The crowd shrieked and retreated, fearful of the ruler's flames of fury.
What a shot. Headshot, basically.
Girl reached out, not to straighten the crown on her head, but to help up the child shivering in dread.
She's gonna burn him
I heard
alive.
in the old laws of this land, whoever assaults the crown shall be punished. But I wear another land's crown. And your old laws should also be abolished.
After many days, the Gold Weaver discovered in shock that wearing a crown or a hat to the side was now this land's fashion.
Oh,
likely to remain with the Imperator's name in tradition.
so she invented Furina's hat, I see.
The so-called heroes with golden blood in their veins all have the qualities to fight for the core flames. Who's to say this was not the gods' plan? To have the heroes at each other's throats, so the divine could hide in old law's lair and laugh, play, and gloat. Who made this world a chessboard, and with one stroke, one river, created the boundary between God and man?
Dux Gladiorum, Dux Carminum, Dux Helcalithist, Dux Fragoris, Dux Brumalis. Heed my call!
The girl stood before a mighty army with her
Just
scepter.
those 5?
Today, I will insist on crossing the Rubicon. Gather the might of all heroes and begin the journey to slay gods!
Half of the core flames were now in her hands, and the hidden trickery Titan stirred, leaving taunts. The Imperator summoned the heroes to discuss, finally stopping after
Yeah,
much
was there a
hesitation.
recurrence where she's actually
As
told?
they had already pinned down the bones of Earth's beast, they let that thief live for a bit longer in bliss. The warrior of the fractured blade laughed boldly.
Our sovereign is good at open strategies and struggles with trickery. But where is that live fish?
The Imperator replied with a chuckle.
Her? She probably disliked the scent of cats and submerged herself in the baths.
The years spent with her dukes didn't seem too far distant. Yet, only after the end of many wars did the heroes discover how the Imperator's form walked more and more alone.
The road of a ruler is a lonely one. One day, we'll only be able to see her retreating form.
The Swordmaster of Singing Waves was worried too. When all others had departed in intoxication, the two of them gazed into each other's eyes, towards torrents deeper than their fates, and sank into profound silence.
Drink one more cup with me, my dear follower.
In the end, the Imperator first broke the silence.
When compared to the taste of salt and blood, I sometimes miss your ambrosia.
About the destruction about to be born, and the eternally occurring extrapolation. The Antikytheran spoke of all this in words unceasing.
So this is the old world I must fight against.
The girl's expression bore no sorrow or tragedy. Instead, she looked more solemn and ready than ever. Whoever stated that two kings could not meet face to face in chess?
I am the sovereign of Akama. I once faced the gods. So what do I have to fear about the laws hanging behind such gods? I will chop up the old laws and let them be firewood for the new.
No matter the cost. That was the Imperator's lifelong conviction. Never changed, always persistent.
Well, she could have changed, more laws, I guess. Rather than just adding a
I
new one.
dreamed that the Imperator's statue stood before the world-wearing altar, her gaze level with that of the gods. Then, blood gushed out from the statue's orifices, and the people, in cheers and elation, washed their hands in that golden blood. The tyrant's life will end with violent death. None will weep, and all will cheer as her statue topples. She will die before the dawn comes.
A vengeful aristocrat, one whose title was stripped by the Imperator, thus spoke.
We cannot agree with your excessive deeds. You have imprisoned Trebios' split selves, demanding that divine authority regress into the ruler's mouthpiece. We will reveal your future with the prophecy, and tell in truth. Your crusade will indeed be a smooth path, yet in the same breath, we see omens of your death, a demise in an absolute pure darkness. Even so, please excuse us, as our eyes continue to be drawn to your crown's flames. Dux Fatorum. We don't exactly hate that name.
In the name of Yanisopoulos' priestess, Holy Maiden, and Oracle, thus spoke the Imperator's Dux Fatorum.
Allow me to remind you, your life is now on a countdown with the fall of law, and you will become law. I must confirm, is our deal still going strong? Is the future I promised you more satisfying than the future in the prophecy? Ah, you are as resolute as always. Good. Oh, as ever, this prison of gods, amphorious and all mundane in average worlds, needs someone like you, a daring ruler. Let us end this despicable extrapolation together.
Amphorius Theoros, the Imperator's co-conspirator, Lycurgus, thus spoke.
The Imperator betrayed the Flame Chase Alliance, and I was the sinner who paved the way for her achievements. Like how a deep-sea fish cannot escape the tide's push and pull, I granted her an end fitting for a tyrant. Her dying smile gazed towards my tear-swelled eyes. She commanded me to wash away all sins and filth, and return a blinding dawn to the holy city. She commanded me to set up stones and monuments in lightless seabeds to commemorate our friends. But who will remember her achievements? I will rest with her in a lonely song.
Electra, the last heir of the ocean, who played music on the waves alone, spoke thus.
Please record the truth of my life, dear author. No need for words of praise or solemnity. Just as I once instructed Dux Carminum, the histories of rulers are not for recording our merits, but for warning future generations. As for why the Imperator died, and what reproach she would face in life and death, those should be left for the new world to judge. Now I have personally entered my end, a self-flagellation. Let the boiling gold covering the holy city be stamped with my name. For I am certain I have won half a move against the gods. And this Unfinished game will be left to the future to reach completion.
Saridra, the only Imperator the Holy City had ever seen, spoke thus.
Doesn't seem like there's any other Imperators anywhere. Now at least we know that Kremlos had a king.
Who will win? The fanatical followers of the Eon of Erudition? Or the audacious plots of the monarch playing against heaven? The Atavis search forest's monkey creatures? The steel soldiers reviving the Emperor? That Theoros' visage of arrogance? On her chessboard, all faded to null.
In the name of Amphorius, I will grant freedom to blind faith.
The monarch stood before the inorganic throne, driving the scepter into the Emperor's vacant gaze. Even the gods beyond the sky shall crumble like the Titans, as she swears to seize the glory of conquering the stars. Who will win? The immortal faithfuls of the Eon of Abundance? Or the storms dancing between the chessmaster's fingertips? The pawns slay the birds. The horses trample the wolves. The chariots smash the trees. And the queen severs the head of pestilence.
In the name of Amphorius, I will grant immortality eternal rest.
The Cienjo lays forth the ocean's tribute, which the monarch grants to her loyal Gladius. And upon that night's sorrow-marked visage appears a smile, precious and rare. Who will win? The raging waves of war from the Eon of Destruction, or the sharp blades of the Empress that has never tasted defeat? Even in the face of the power that swallows the stars, neither monarch nor subject faltered. They would prove their golden blood outshines the lifeblood of the gods themselves.
In the name of Amphorius, I will grant destruction to the destruction.
The monarch's core flame supplants the flames of annihilation. Soldiers drink deep of the golden blood of the blemished one. She has slain the wellspring of tragedy, once again usurping destiny's crown. Who will win? The light of the esteemed gods beyond the sky, or the core flame lighting up the world in the Imperator's heart? The fury of the stars surges headlong, boiling at the edge of the galactic empire. Mighty factions thrust into her realm, yearning to seize back the splendor of old.
In the name of Amphorius.
Stellar winds scatter the enemy's remaining ashes, as golden blood once again congeals into familiar epitaphs. The master of the infinite cosmos lifts the edict high, declaring to her boundless, ceaseless realm,
I shall conquer the heavens, and all stars shall submit.
Chuckling, the Imperator tosses her final pawn, her previous delusions withering away during the game. She wiped off the formations that were purely imaginary, and caught a glimpse of rust blooming upon the throne. On the night before the monarch faced fate, she left behind a grand dream of conquering the stars. In time, she shall become but a humble pawn, so that this grand illusion retains a sliver of truth.
This world's game is nearing its conclusion. But in the distant future,
For the raging and burning ambition. For the flame chase through 30 million creations. For the Imperator's realm and all her citizens. Who will win?
I will win. And Boreas will win.
Seems like the old line can Furious in their own ways. At least she's loyal to the place. Saga of Heroes. Mysterious foreign guest. As finish off Hyceland's verse, wave strumming night. Ah shit. That's way too much. Anyway, let's go on a trip again.
When entering the Flame Chase's currents for the first time, all the Swordmaster saw were colorful fish. She had already experienced the Imperator's dangerous games. She had long grown used to the giant beast's silent face. Carminum's charms and Helcalithist's gentleness warmed her like a spring breeze. But as Pregoris missed his throne, and Bromalis debated with joy, she was sometimes at a loss. Occasionally, the Swordmaster would sink into hesitation, and even that messenger of fate could not get her to laugh. Till one day, a golden trout's bubbles floated into her gloomy waters. In that holy city where golden figs grew, the messenger of fate led to her a maiden dressed in glamorous gowns.
What kind of clothes are you even wearing?
The girl snickered behind her hand, while the messenger pulled on her sleeve.
Aggie, don't be rude!
Such hubris, delicate fish. Are you not aware that there's food on your face?
The messenger's eyes opened wide.
Aggie, you've been snacking behind my back again!
Exposing me like this? I'll get my revenge.
The girl ran away in a fit. The Swordmaster smiled, and before she knew it, her hesitation was gone. After that first meeting, the richly dressed girl often came in greeting.
So, you really came from the Sea of Souls? Do all the children of the ocean dress funny like this?
The Swordmaster did not chase the girl away, but also did not respond. So the girl used her hands to meticulously measure the Swordmaster's torso all around.
You can't be seen like this. I'll send you a new dress.
Some days later, the Swordmaster appeared in finery at a ball. All were awed by her splendor, with only the Imperator thinking in wonder.
How rare to see you like this. Oh, so lonely, Gladius.
The Swordmaster's wardrobe grew full, and people praised Akima's Goldweaver for her cheerfulness and splendid skill. But only the Swordmaster noticed that the smile on the girl's face gradually faded as the flame chase progressed. The calamity of lands asunder added to the girl's weariness. The Battle of the Grove robbed the light from the girl's eyes. Yet another feast arrived where the Gold Weaver was absent. The Swordmaster donned the most majestic garments and gently knocked on that door shut tight. The singing voice of Dux Gladiorum hailed the prelude of the feast. Guests clamored and cups clinked, and only the Gold Weaver had no thought of enjoying the ambrosia.
Who would have thought? I've sunk so low that I need you to comfort me.
She gave a bitter chuckle next to the bonfire.
You were as gloomy as the bedrock of the ocean when we first met.
The Swordmaster held a tall chalice containing liquid pure, reflecting their two faces.
I remember you were once curious about the stories under the sea. Then allow me to use my songs to reveal the past known to none.
In the depths of the Sea of Souls was a kingdom of dancing ghosts. Its residents all had melodious voices, and music enveloped every ocean current. For the Queen loved her people deeply, thus drowning out all sorrows and leaving only feasts and twirls. Only one rocky castle was silent, one belonging to the Princess of the Ocean, a princess named Electra. Were a monster of the depths to invade, the princess would raise her sword to engage. The people always rang her triumphs before she returned, for her swordsmanship was superb, never suffering defeat.
Princess! Come enjoy the feast with us.
The triumphant people raised their glasses, yet she declined with a smile and a wave. The children of the sea thought she was shy, but little did they know that in the dead of night, her castle too echoed with music. Though that music was loud, twisted, and invoked spite. Before a song even finished, the princess was already biting her lips, and the sea foam brushed away her tears.
All of your people sing and dance with skill. So why do I alone lack a good singing voice?
The princess wept, her face on the queen's knees.
The ocean's favorite child can control the waves and is invincible in battle. In exchange, Talantin took away your singing voice.
The queen consoled the princess, caressing the other's hair bun. Finally, she relented and took a chalice.
If you're truly troubled, then imbibe the honey brew in this blessed chalice and throw yourself into the feast at ease.
The liquid in the cup sat still, reflecting her loneliness.
Princess, come sing with us!
The people outside her window invited her warmly still. She finally ceased to hesitate, drinking down all the honey brew in one swallow, and leaped into the crowds. She played music and sang, smiling and dreaming. When her song was over, it felt as if waking from a dream, and the people rushed to raise their glasses. But as soon as the honey brew touched her lips, the princess plummeted to the ground, and her cheeks became rosy in drunkenness. The whispers of the ocean filled her ears as the princess fell drunk again and again at the prelude of a feast.
Seems like you still have not been able to get rid of that curse.
The Gold Weaver softly took the cup away from her hand.
If you want to enjoy yourself to the fullest, then leave this honey brew till the very end.
She smiled, then tilted the cup towards the Gold Weaver's lips.
Even if one is burdened with imperfections, I beg you to remember not to refuse that sip filled with fantasy and dreams.
She returned home after many years. The princess of the ocean stood alone with her sword drawn, stepping over the blooming blood of her peers. Before her, the creator of the sea sirens and the mother goddess of feasts was already sinking into the drunkenness of imminent death. When the blood pact of the law won over the ocean's core flame, the sea siren once again lost her melodious voice.
I am willing to accept the final Imperial command. But it is a pity that our feast was ultimately a mirage.
The deep sea became a silent place of dwelling. Hugging her knees, Electra locked herself in. Savage and fearsome monsters swam past her, but none dared to interrupt her tragic dream. Till one day, a golden trout's bubbles floated into her gloomy waters.
Long time no see, Gladius. Icinant. Now you have truly become the ocean's bedrock.
Old friends met again, and new friends came in greeting. Many messengers came in company. The playful kitten hid behind the golden trout. The butterfly of the deadly shadow fluttered in courtesy.
If you don't mind,
the resplendent pearl sparkled.
We hope you can regain your strength and sing for the world once again.
Electra raised her violin sword in doubt, as the strings had long ago rusted and snapped. But a few golden strands cleansed all the filth around her, then stretched out to become new strings. The golden strings showed Electra that the world she loved was not yet silent, and the journey of deliverance continued still. Yet the path to the Sea of Stars would not be a carefree feast. The golden trout never met with her again, and the waves brought endless news of sorrow. Amidst the long wait, she remained bound by decree. All the flames had died out, extinguished until this world fell into eternal silence. And the wordless enemies in the deep sea were the audience of this rite, the Theros.
You already know that the world is just an illusion.
The sea siren gazed out beyond the heavens and once more raised her glass to fill it with honey brew.
Since the mirage of pleasures can only disappear like foam, when you return, will you save some ocean spray for me?
This was a city of festivities, where never-ceasing songs eternally filled the air. Chrysos heirs, demigods, and mortals all came to feast from the four corners of the world. It was beautiful and radiant, performing the sea siren's drama amidst the revelry. The siren once longed for the banquet to never end, yet she witnessed the music fade and the guests disperse. As a fish, she was destined to drift with the waves, whether amidst the surging tides of evil or immersed in the currents of the starry sea. Until a millennium later, when the fish from beyond the sky finally took their seat.
I enjoy banquets. How about you, little gray fry?
I don't think I've ever experienced a banquet before, so I can't tell you.
Having beheld the monarch's gifts, she completed her demigod's destiny. The tides within her heart recede, and her requiem draws near. A sliver of light fell from a crack on the cave ceiling. A blazing ray pierces the surface of the sea. An aching urge to chase the light wells within her, and with a flick of her tail, she drifts towards the breach. In the deep sea, 1,000 years passed. The sea siren once swam to the shore with unwavering will. Fish gathered in silent procession to escort the princess to her final rest. The moment she leapt free from the water, she felt the waves stirred by peals of laughter. Mirages of her friends shimmered and faded, and songs of joy rang out from the shore, just as she had wished. Dux Fragoris sliced the Droma's flank with a time-worn edge. Dux Brumalis cast an icy chalice, steaming with the breath of frost. Dux Helcalithist brimmed her vessel with honey brew, while Dux Carminum unfurled a scroll of new verse.
At last, you have arrived, our belated musician.
The gold weaver's silver needles hover in the air, weaving beautiful outfits for her. Electra accepts the gift that does not exist, as salty water wets her new attire.
So she's naked?
She knows this is not reality, just like the world she loves. Mere foam in the sea of stars.
Even so.
She drank down the aurora lights in the cup, as intoxication flew from her fingers into music and song. In the drunkenness granted by her mother, in the dream granted by that drunkenness, in the feast granted by that dream.
I, too, shall have my fill of feasts.
Now sober, she begins one last song. The musician plucks her strings in the spring, and the waltzing hem stirs the water into waves, revealing memories in throngs. She sings of the once awakened Titan,
How the princess accompanied the queen to swim in azure waves. She sings of the confident and dashing monarch, of loyal knights who marched with the Imperator to seize the solemn states. She sang of the one destined by heaven's will, of demigods who bore 1,000 years of watch for the hero. She sang of that little gray fry, and how the Gladius defended the Deliverer from Apocalypse's storms. She sang of herself, a cup made of fish bones, ever waiting for someone to banish the nihility within, pouring the honey brew of fate for her to the brim. She sang until her voice turned hoarse, and the spirit water she held was no more. The honey brew ran out, the final notes dispersed, and the feast of fantasy shattered in turn. Before the deadly quiet seashore, she gave one final smile, then faded into sea foam. To the fish from beyond the sky, we shall sink into the past. For she had glimpsed the sky beyond the cave, and chose to believe in the promised future, embracing a hope as fragile as mist. You must carry the new sun and swim toward the distant horizon.
My god, this shit is so damn long. Alright, let's go with Evernight. Mysterious foreign guest. Very mysterious. Anyway, all 12 are here. Well, except for me, of course. I'm not sure why I'm not here. Maybe I'm the 13th. Maybe I'm the Demiurge. Oh no, take my head. I don't want that. Oh my fucking god. Mysterious Rosy Celestial Maiden.
My friend, have you heard of the Rosy Celestial Maiden? Whether in a corner of the archives, or in the depths of a cave, you can always find legends about her. She had hair like a rosy pink dawn, and a smile that could thaw the most glacial ice. Some say she was Nikador's nemesis, while others say Nestia was infatuated with her. Oh, mysterious and beautiful celestial maiden. How I wish to turn into a slate, forever etched with your tale. Many claim to have seen that celestial maiden, either in the half-remembered dreams of early morning, or in the gossip and whispers after supper.
She once whispered in my ear.
She once saved my life.
She gifted me an ice crystal!
Her worshippers recite her deeds, even writing some into family teachings. Curious poets ask up and down the land, only to find that the details of these encounters are difficult to recount, even for the witnesses themselves. In the entire holy city, there are none who can provide proof of her existence. It is not known since when the Celestial Maiden was always mentioned together with time. People recite her name during prayer to beg for miracles to appear faster. It is said that even in the selection of priests of time, girls with pink hair are preferred.
They still didn't pick me! Ugh, maybe I need to go dye my hair.
The brunette candidate was upset, but the examiner responded with a smile.
Don't forget the Healer of Twilight. Has a head of pink hair? She's a descendant of the sky.
Scholars and poets discuss at length the origins of the rosy celestial maiden. But all mothers tell the same tale. That princess came from beyond the sky. Her shooting star, like crystal ice, pierced the fog of the Veil of Evernight. She made friends with the Titan, and whenever the month of Evernight descended, they would meet again. The children loved that tale. Therefore, as the moon turned and shifted phases, the story became true. But someone always questions, unable to read the air.
There are no worlds beyond the sky. So how can the rosy celestial maiden come from there?
Rosy celestial maiden. A world beyond the sky.
The reckless adventurer takes out the photostone, claiming it is the true work of the rosy celestial maiden. The citizens laugh at this tale, with few accepting it as true. After all, long before the guests beyond the sky arrived, the legend of the rosy celestial maiden had already covered the world. So, my friend, have you really heard of the rosy celestial maiden?
Before arriving at Amphorius, our last stop was Dan Heng's homeland, a place called Xianzhou.
Xianzhou is just a general term. This starship is called the Luofu.
I had some wonderful times there practicing swordplay. By the way, which is stronger, the bow or the sword?
I'd say the sword. It can cleave a mountain in half.
You've been watching too many Immersia.
I've been working my butt off just to avoid using a bow.
Come on, let's become weapon masters together.
To master a skill, one must first find a mentor. And I ended up with 2 of them. So, sometimes I run laps, sometimes I lift weights, and sometimes I do both at the same time. Looking back now, those days were really fulfilling.
No pain, no gain. Am I right?
Between sword practice sessions, I occasionally hit up the food stalls in Arum Alley to recharge with some delicious eats. Oh, Master Yun Li was right. These berry pheasant skewers are absolutely delicious. Hard work pays off. This girl's been up at the crack of dawn every day, and finally defeated countless formidable foes.
I can testify. March really did defeat countless training dummies.
Those wooden dummies aren't exactly easy to break. It takes real skill. Every hero's story needs a villain. And when it comes to the great hero in March 7th's nemesis, it's definitely gotta be Scott.
Rather than a freight skiff, maybe an IPC eco ship would suit him better?
Ugh, why?
After all, he's got a knack for talking like animals.
During the decisive battle, I defeated Scott with my epic move, Star Shatter Shard Supreme!
Did you actually master that move?
Well, naming moves doesn't cost anything. There's still some space left, and I just happened to find a nice photo.
The floor is yours, Master Dan Heng.
Don't be ridiculous. It's clearly Dan Heng's brother here.
As I thought, March has some hidden powers there too.
Not sure why it's telling me this stuff. I already know this. Ushinto. Oh, whatever.
In memory of our first trailblaze together. The three of us.
On average, we got a wanted poster for every 3 planets we visited.
If I could have used my hidden powers back then, they wouldn't have dared to draw me this ugly. Playing hide and seek with Hook was fun. Those kids under her command have quite the hidden talent.
When both players in hide and seek are experts, it will turn into a contest of who can last longer without food.
On the day the overworld and underworld were connected, I too took the first cable car. The seats were so hard that day, my butt was killing me.
Let me teach you a trick. Just keep standing instead.
Then how can you even call that sitting in a cable car? For the sake of walking smoothly towards tomorrow, we sealed away the truth of the decisive battle, along with our memories, in a box. The juice that day was delicious. I want to drink it again.
Ugh, that's Jim Roger bread soda.
And what's with that March 7th themed blue and pink color in there?
That's just food coloring.
Hey, you two! Don't ruin the nostalgic mood! Visiting Yurillo again for the Soulworm Festival, I put on some pretty clothes specially for the occasion. Oh, look! Don't I look like a princess?
So that's how you've seen yourself all this time.
I want to change my clothes and become a devil too.
Little ice bear. A sweet little Snow White ice bear. I wonder if it's found any friends yet.
I think I saw it in Panaco. Hey, why don't we turn it into a universal social media star?
That niche is already dominated by trotters.
That big guy who once raised his fists against us is now the hope for Belobog's revival.
Mr. Yang was practically drooling watching that.
Too bad he wasn't there that time.
Not necessarily.
By next time we visit Yurillo, will it have turned into an ocean planet?
Then wouldn't those polar bears have to be renamed water bears?
The data shows that Yurillo's environment is slowly recovering, but the ice shouldn't melt too quickly.
Time to remove those floaties from the shopping cart.
I heard I was once frozen in this ice block, drifting all over the universe.
That's one way to go on a cosmic hitchhike.
If the conductor hadn't hit the brakes back then, I probably would have punched a hole right through the car, huh?
Stop being dramatic. The Express was the one that actively scooped you up.
I remember there was some six-phased ice left after it melted. I used it to make a little model. Mr. Yang explained that it's called a figure, and then made me watch anime with him all night.
That's the highest honor he can bestow.
I want a figurine too.
Every morning, the Express crew has breakfast together, but they're not always on time. I can't help it. I'm still sleepy.
Next time, get up earlier and set an alarm.
People who can get up right as soon as their alarm goes off are terrifying.
This kind of person is capable of anything. My camera's full of Pom-Pom's photos. It's so much fun dressing up the conductor.
Pom-Pom used to have a turtleneck uniform, but They rarely wear it after March came.
I love my room so much. I tidy it up every single day.
Looking at it now, that photo wall must be the power of memories.
By the way, I've been meaning to ask, where's the wardrobe?
Take a guess. I remember Tykean, my most trailblazy of trailblazes. That grand debut cost me quite a few credits.
So? What exactly happened?
I saw a ball by the road, so I just casually kicked it.
And then, bam! It flew right into the ceiling, through the venue.
And scored 100 points, too! We'll travel together forever and ever.
That line sounds familiar.
Memories weave the past, bit by bit. They stretch long behind me, like shadows on the path I've walked. I wonder, what stories will the future me create?
In the years spent wandering the earth, the giant dragon always remembered the Titan's words for their worth. The beast of the land surrounded it in protection, while twisted beings shuffled and roared, and delicate chimeras climbed up its shoulders. After the tiny humans came into being, they dashed alongside the giant dragon. Then, in the blink of an eye, disappeared across the land. Yet, the deep irises of the giant dragon saddened in gloom. The ancient creature saw, earlier than the Titan did, hidden in the deep ocean, the incoming doom. The giant dragon recalled, at the moment that strife was born, the chalice of plenty sighed, and the heretical tide spread from the seabed. Bearing their bone-gnawing pain and agony, Georios tightened every fiber in their body, no longer hearing the call of their creations clearly. The giant dragon once swore an oath at the Titan's breast. And now, the dragon silently turned and departed, leaving the plateaus and mountains of a secluded world, and entering the bustling cities humankind crowded. Thousands of years later, the giant dragon realized those tiny creations of Kefali had rooted their civilization in time.
How can there be such a huge Dromus?
Dromus? No, that's a walking mountain of gold.
Curious residents were amazed at its appearance, while greedy brokers calculated its value. Yet, the giant dragon simply walked in leisure, not harming a single building of any stature. nor paying heed to anyone. It quietly listened to the people's language, and its form dissolved in the flames of war. Many years later, Aquila closed their eyes, and the giant dragon steps were finally halted. A sword master who broke the waves stopped its way, and a ruler, commander of the chessboard, looked up with inquiry.
Are you the Dromus that has been attacking all states?
The commander invited the giant dragon to hunt the divine flames together. The giant dragon nodded, but it did not look at the commander, and never mentioned where it came from. Its timeless sight had already seen past the Flame Chase's final plight.
Georios shall be executed here!
The Titan, in a painful daze, closed their eyes with a sigh. Suddenly, the mountains shook and the land cracked. The wounds dealt by the Black Tide, once mended by the Titan, now tore the land apart again. The calamity of lands asunder. Who should shoulder such a duty? The giant dragon sunk into the earth in answer. For the earth was the breast of Georios, and the dragon's birthplace. And from that day forth, Amphorius had a new legend of how a giant dragon collected the broken lands and once again made the earth whole. Another century of the Chrysos War. Rust, wails, and the blood of living souls seep into the earth, into the giant dragon's decaying bones and flesh. The trembling bedrock is the giant dragon's eyes. They see Dromuses reduced to laborers and food, mythical beasts turned into weapons of war. War and flames extinguish all their siblings, yet the giant dragon is powerless, left only with bitter silence and memories filled with guilt. For Earth's trial is to bear the anguish of every living being that walks its surface. Upon the edge of doomsday, the giant dragon's will lay shattered, its scales broken. What greeted them is not a flower-covered Aranova, but a long-fallen black sword.
We are strangers. Please surrender the core flame for the dawn.
Dawn. Dawn? If this puppet of destruction yearns for dawn, then what awaits at the end of the Flame Chase? The torment of the Black Tide, the sacrifice of their kin. Is it an undeserved destiny, or merely futile lament?
won't accept this.
The twisted rocks rise like a roaring tide. Yet the Swordmaster shows no fear, merely sighs, as if long accustomed to such sights. The rusted joints are shattered, one by one. The cracked husk peels away, spilling golden blood. The earthquake that engulfs Amphorius lasts for 3 days and nights. In its final moments of defiance, the giant dragon suddenly realizes this flame chase is nothing but the kindling of self-pity, the breeding ground for calamity. Yet, Earth's end is not dimmed by the shadow of the dark blade. In that special recurrence, the blazing sun extinguishes itself to set the destruction aflame. At that time, as the giant dragon sinks into the earth, still chewing on the pain of betrayal, it hears the footsteps of Evernight.
I need a helper to watch over time until the very end.
Evernight waves her sleeve, bathing the giant dragon in a Memoria tide. And so, the giant dragon sees the past and present of Earth, and understands that the starry sky is forever out of reach. The 33,550,337th eternal recurrence. The demigod Terravox feigns their fall, using the tides of memories to dilute their existence, forging an arc with Earth's core flame. In that 1,000 years of defiance, heroes of golden blood meet their tragic end, while the giant dragon remains deaf to their plight, only silently gathering their exiled kin. The pact with Evernight is simple. Time would erase the pain of Earth and cradle it in peaceful slumber among its own. And Earth shall become Time's ally, for it alone can keep watch until the end of the world. The flame-chasing heroes once scorned the giant dragon, for they refused to crush any foe beneath their feet.
A foolish earth beast.
A heretic who refuses to serve the flame chase!
After staying for several days, the giant dragon bids farewell to the Imperator.
The flame chase is a glory. Belongs only to the children of humanity.
You are a benevolent beast. I had no intention of keeping you captive. A decree to protect innocent lives is about to be issued. All I ask is that you lend a hand to the flame chase in the future.
Losses are a constant on the flame chase journey, yet the giant dragon remembers their creator's command. After leaving the Imperator's capital, the giant dragon shelters small beasts upon its back, only to be hunted by city-states hungry for meat. Arrows pour down like rain, unable to pierce the giant dragon's skin, yet cause the creatures on their back to wail and fall.
until a mighty force of reinforcements brings this tragedy to an end. They raised a shield wall for the giant dragon, then marched forth and crushed that city-state.
The mountain dwellers are not a warlike people. Who are you?
The leading knight answered loudly.
I am Mountain Breaker, Geocles.
All the world knows that protecting all of Earth's creations is the creed of the Dromus Legion. The world also knows the Dromus Legion is ever victorious.
The hell?
The giant dragon
What language is that?
under the Mountain Breaker is silent, yet unstoppable.
I don't even recognize it.
Endurance does not help with survival.
Mountain Breaker always speaks of his friend this way, while the giant dragon only responds with a low growl. Soon after, when word came that the flame-chasing army targeted Earth, the Dromus riders set forth in full force, all to protect their creator. On the eve of the march, the giant dragon receives a secret message.
Your one and only flame chase must be to slay your creator, and then fight to survive.
Records state, in the Battle of the Abyss, the Dromus riders were broken after Terravox's betrayal. The Mountain Breaker shed his armor and fell from the cliffs to his end. Earth carved the memories of the betrayal into its strata, until Evernight would leaf through them.
Oh, Earth. Time is willing to wash away that pain of betrayal.
As a memo sprite, the mighty Mountain Breaker reunites with the giant dragon. His voice trembles in a whisper.
That couldn't have been your choice.
The giant dragon only responds with a low growl. The giant dragon and their comrade dwell in the abyss for 1,000 years, until the Azure Dragon returns from among the stars, stirring up the dust of destiny.
He is one of our kind.
The giant dragon lifts their eyelids, gazing at the azure-colored Long Scion, knowing that dragon's body bears the sworn duty of protection.
Maybe his previous body was that of a
But in
dragon.
Mountain Breaker's eyes, there is only
Right now he's a
resolute
Dromus.
determination.
That is the permanence.
The permanence can heal the divine form of the giant dragon. The permanence can guide life past its end. At the edge of the world, watching their comrade's silhouette fade away, the dying giant dragon shakes its head and sighs.
Permanence is not a panacea, but rather a bridge. To Terabithia.
Yeah, I get it.
Years later, gazing up at the vast starry night sky, I often ponder, what does the permanence truly mean? The countless souls entrusted by Terravox still surge within my chest, like an eternally burning furnace. I once thought about finding them a home, and tried to communicate with them in my heart. And yet, the living beings of this world, they are now inseparable from me. As if from the very beginning, they were a branch of my own bloodline.
Inseparable?
After I told everyone, a heated discussion broke out in the express car.
Will you turn into a little chimera and snuggle up in our arms?
March 7th lets her imagination run wild.
Maybe he'll become a baby seal.
A magical beast would be fine too. I've always wanted to see that species.
These are the reassuring words from Himiko and Mr. Yang.
Doesn't sound very reassuring.
No matter what he becomes, Dan Heng will always be Dan Heng.
Her words are unusually poetic.
But if you become a Dromus, you absolutely must let me feed you red soil.
Don't you even think about it. Sometimes I have dreams like this. Countless beings flee alongside me. Behind us, black floods blot out the sky as if to devour all signs of life. In our darkest hour, the living beings form a bridge of dragons, and I lead them limping towards the starry sky. At the end of the vast procession, a lone giant dragon comes to a halt, watching us depart into the distance.
The children of Earth will always find their own path. Thank you for being their bridge.
Something stirs within me at the moment of awakening. Perhaps the legacy of the permanence lies not in recreating flesh, nor in the merging of bloodlines. One day, while browsing through the databank, I noticed an update on the universe's animal species. In an ocean-covered planet, a new species of seals evolved, with a penchant for bumping into things. On a barren desert wasteland, evolved a herd of red soil-craving beasts. Many familiar silhouettes are now active in the cosmic ecosystem, yet they are not my old Amphorian friends. This is their rebirth. This is life's way forward.
How'd they just appear? Shouldn't there be abundance as well?
Perhaps, just as Terravox wished, I've become a bridge bearing the weight of their life. They once shattered the battle formation of the mountain dwellers, tore open Giorios' chest, swallowed the core flame, only to resolutely pass it on. Creation will always betray its creator, just as witnessed at the dawn of civilization. Frail beings betrayed the dark tides, climbing onto land, ascending the branches
Not
high,
with abundance creatures.
finally betraying their home and gazing upon the stars. The furnace in my chest still pulses. In the gaps between the heated torrents, I sometimes find myself in a daze, catching glimpses of that colossal figure in the cosmos's cracks. It
Butt
was
cracks.
a giant dragon named the Permanence.
Oh, is it hiding somewhere? Oh, it's hiding in Venus. We already know that. And it's not our lab. Hell yeah. Anyway, we're done with this bullshit. My god, took so fucking long. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking making it so damn long. But we're at the end of it. Alright. Now we can actually explore some places. God dang. Where are they? Here? Radiant Scarwood? It must be. Anyway. Oh, there's a quest here. Alright, let's go. Elio. Oh, it's Bartolomos. I remember being here. I was here and then it's like, you know, I'm getting away too far away from the story, so
let's wait.
Decided to head back.
Peaceful repose.
Good thing I did too. Don't want to encounter Bartolos right here. At least not yet. Puzzle? Actually, I do want to encounter Bartolos because I can't progress. That's right. Hey Bartolos, you little bitch. What are you doing? Hey, so you've come. Did you also travel from afar after hearing tales of my heroic deeds? Don't explain. I hate long explanations. I much prefer your straightforwardness. So tell me, do you want to hear about my heroic deeds or would you rather hear about my heroic deeds? Tell me all about it. I don't want to hear it. Prepare to witness the great Bartolos' heroic deeds. So here's what happened. It's gonna show me. Alright, whatever. Resolve the crisis at the teary-eyed court. Should bubble up the drain. Let me guess, you still have friends trapped even deeper below? Oh, your greatness truly knows no bounds, Lord Bartolos. That's easy, I'll take you away from here first and you can tell me how to find your friends. Oh, leave it to me. Wait, so he hasn't done it yet? I should have known, he hasn't done it yet, he just wants me to do it. You see, he got to this point. He took them away. This not the safe location? Where is a safe location? Many twists and turns. That's one along this passage makes me dizzy. Whoever designed this game must have serious ill intentions, group. This hole is designed for bugs. That makes sense. You'll get dizzy passing through a bug hole anyway. Bug hole? You mean a wormhole? Devour. Oh, nice. Oh shit, I'm drowning. I'm drowning. Fluid dynamics missing. What, so he can't drown? He doesn't even have a mouth. Alright. Let's do it then. Apparently they're not in a safe location. One spirit water leak remaining. I can hear it. Jam it, jam it, jam it all up. There's some glorious jamming. What's with this baby seal? Yeah, it's sane, but it's also way too calm. Yo, you're here. It's time to retreat. The Grand Bartolus is here to save us. I'm in no hurry. Let's toy with him a bit. Yeah, I get it. Just tell me what to do. Alright, the Archivist was slammed and dead. Roger. How can you do it? Holy moly, Trembler, what are you doing? You're stuck on the ceiling, Kirk. Oh wait, am I actually on the ceiling? It's so confusing, Kirk. Yeah, whatever. In the water? Nice. Yes, I can still jam it, my friend. I'm drowning. Did you know that every time someone ascends to the surface of the water, a hydrophobic nymph will get hurt? But you don't care, you only care about yourself, Kirk. Yes. He is completely right. I can't do the puzzle? Fucking bullshit. I can't open the gate? Also fucking bullshit. I'm missing one coin of whimsy. Is it in here? I need to drop a ball on it. What? I'm not sure how that worked, but whatever. Nice. Oh, we're clear. Oh, there's a treasure chest here. I'm not sure what this is. Oh well. Distant future, very online cosmos. Can I open the door now? Oh, this is a plant. I see. No? Well, fuck you then. So I drained the water, but the water was full when I got here. Oh yeah, that's pretty much the whole story. Hey, not a single little Chimera baby seal was harmed in the process. Yo, I almost ended up meeting Fagusa. What a memorable escape. Thank you so much for your help, Bartolus. Yeah, no big deal, barely lifted a finger. No, I'll take these little critters somewhere safe. As for you, just make sure the brave tail of the great Bartolus spreads far and wide. Last question. How you managed to stay alive up until now? Trickery will always find a way, boy. Boy. Remember when the end times approaches, the great spirit thief's laughter is the only thing that will ever be drowned out. That will never be drowned out by the powers of evil. Yes. Poet's Dill Wreath. Is there a plant over here? Oh, I see. I can't really reach it. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to hit it, am I? Alright, I'm gonna need Bartolus. You know, I'll hit it when I get down. Send a bitch. There we go, we got a flower. Open the door. That's not what I want. I just need him to stay on the blue. There we go. Yeah, it should be it. Well, generally, you still in a teleport when the other you stepping on a switch to teleport remain activated and you who have been lost it in the space-time turbulence. I can't believe that wasn't even a thing. wonder if I can... it doesn't work. How am I doing? And it steps through the portal. I trade places. Can trade places. I don't want to trade places. I want it to keep going. No. No trade places. Well, I killed it. Well, that's not my intention. If I move it all the way, and I have him do it. It won't work because I just activated the fucking portal. What am I not getting with this one? Portal. I just can't get the timing right. Why's this one so damn hard? Portal is activated. Want to go there. I can't get that one stop difference. I need to be right in front of him. I do not understand. See, I can't just wait on the spot. It's the only way forward. But from here I can either go back. I don't want to go back. That means I'll be stuck. It has to end up with him coming down here and staying on this. But the portal is currently active. Well, maybe that will work. I'll go for the yellow switch. I was kind of wondering what would happen. I'll be destroyed. I need him to get into the portal again. Yeah, I'll just be stuck there. It feels like I'm sort of making progress and not as well. don't understand. It has to be like this. Unless I step on the button twice. It doesn't help, it needs to be on the blue. Basically like that. That's the first step. Next step, enter portal. Well, not with me dying. Creates a portal. Now with him dying. Fuck. Why is this so fucking difficult? I'm gonna fucking look it up. I can't do this. It's the first one I know. But it has to be done. I forgot what this place is called. Oh, thank God. Now that whole shebang. Too easy.
Looks good.
That took a lot of time. That was so draining. $17 out of 20. That ain't gonna do. Ah, two Dan Hangs talking to each other. So you noticed the roaming dragon bracer on Yingxing's arm and the one on yours are made by the same craftsman. They're a matching pair. I know. It was also left behind by you. Yingxing and I made a promise to each keep one of them, a testament to our trust and camaraderie as comrades. But in your memories, that Stellaron Hunter blade, or sure I should say, what became of Yingxing, has been haunting you. We've crossed blades countless times already, but thinking back, he never wore this bracer. Really? Someone who can't let go of the past, yet can throw away old belongings. What about you? If you're so determined to bid farewell to the past, why do you still keep this bracer? To you, does letting go of the past mean throwing away everything that was past? Dan Feng's belongings, Dan Feng's name, Dan Feng's strength. Would abandoning them truly mean saying goodbye to the past? So you're saying it's just running away? Exactly. I believe that being determined to bid farewell to the past isn't about not seeing it, but rather seeing it as ordinary. To you, this roaming dragon bracer represents trust and camaraderie between comrades. To me, it's just a well-crafted bracer, practical and convenient. It's been with me all this time, so why bother taking it off? When I woke up, it was there alongside Cloud Piercer and the Jade Pendant. I suppose it must have held some special meaning to me. As for the owner of the other one, how he deals with his old possessions, whether lost by accident, discarded by choice, or sealed away forever, that's his business. I accept the past, and give it meaning that belongs to me alone. That is my way. Saying goodbye to the past means accepting it. Well said. Why bring up these braces all of a sudden? Just seeing it reminded me of someone. That's all. Unlike saying goodbye to your past, I am the past itself. I miss those life and death moments with those four. So thank you for keeping this bracer. To you, it's just a craftsman's handiwork. But to me, it means much more than that. It's nothing. I just never expected it to meet its former owner again. Alright, enough chit-chat. Let's keep moving. That's what I'm saying. Oh shit. What the hell? What's that big ass coin here? Give up, you'll never catch me. Alright, where are you? Stay out of this, Onyx. What'd you even take? Now we can finally talk. What? Why didn't I say anything earlier? After everything that's happened, who would care about a bunch of purple grapes on the roadside? Why would? Purple grapes? Where are the purple grapes? It's just a metaphor, and all you care about is food. Look, if you want to get noticed, you'd have to put on a show. Anyway, now that I have your attention, I should make good use of it. The hands of time are about to cross the end and the beginning. Don't mind that part. Come closer, don't miss your chance. A mysterious treasure lies hidden in this enigmatic room, and only the Lord Bartolus Pal can reclaim it. Since our friendship began with the chance of collaboration long ago, before we go our separate ways, letting you feel what it's like to mind control Bartolus sounds like a fair reward, doesn't it? Mind controlling Bartolus? Is that ever think about trying to steal from me? Oh, no, don't get me wrong. It just means we're mentally in sync. Definitely not anything game-related. I'm still a character who respects the fourth wall. Alright, enough of the jokes. If you're interested, why not come treasure hunting with me? Alright, sure. I'm not sure why he made another portal. What? What the hell? Oh, it's empty inside. Oh my god, there's so many. Alright, that's not even what I'm going for. I'm going for these guys. I'm out of bullets. Hello, I can't get more bullets. Am I supposed to fly into it? Right to the nose. Shit. Oh. So you do just keep shooting it. A piggy bank saves. Must be something about this wall. Need a code. Let's return now. Alright. The golden light piercing the sky and earth takes my breath away. I'm still lost in its afterglow. It was you who came from the golden beyond, ferrying me back to the waking world. I understand why you're here, esteemed guest. Though it may be presumptuous of me, I still wish to implore you. Gather those disoriented nymphs one by one and bring them back to the nursery, just like when you saved me. Where are the remaining nymphs? Provide. River is crawling slowly. The golden thread brings tidings. They are on the grass in their front of the luminary throne, going through quite a challenge. For fuck's sake. I'm doing the no stepping on red tiles challenge. Don't call me naive, the floor is literally lava, Kirk. I see. There's a weaver who's struggling to survive. The golden thread brings tidings. They are crying for help in the pool by the stairs. Oh, what's this?
Thank you, Geocles, for convincing the scholars of the Grove to let me study here. Even in the tolerant academic atmosphere of the Grove of Epiphany, people were surprised that the visiting scholar was a Dromus rather than a mountain dweller. It took quite some effort to explain that one. But none of that matters, old friend. Tell me, what else can I do for you? You've done more than enough, my old friend. I'm just here to use the scholar's projection device to gaze upon the starry skies of days past. As children of Earth, must we gaze up at the stars? It's precisely because we're children of the Earth that we must gaze up at the stars. A scholar once said that the starry sky isn't just a collection of lights up above, but rather endless distant stretches of Earth. My old friend, can you imagine? There's mountains and plains there too, with countless creatures running free. Worlds beyond the sky? No, I'm not as tall as you. I can't see that far. Just watching the tension building between the mountain dwellers and the Okuma, and Okuma leaves me no room to think of anything else. My apologies. That's not what I meant. Never mind. I'm just being overly anxious. You're free to look up at the stars. Things aren't that bad yet. Old friend, you've been watching that approaching destiny before us, and that's exactly why we've made it this far together. Let me invite you to gaze at the stars together. Therein lies our future destiny, the compass of all we may achieve. Future destiny? In such a destiny will you and I still exist? I'm afraid by then neither you nor I will exist anymore. I'll betray you first. But destiny isn't just a single moment. Our destiny will be passed on to the descendants of Georios, and theirs into the hands of a future even further away. That's how destiny manifests itself. When that time comes, those who inherit our destiny, be they descendants of Georios or Kefali, or visitors from beyond the sky, our fate shall follow their path. I mean visitors from beyond the sky. Beyond the sky? Then what about the Earth that Georios bestowed upon us? Earth was never just a piece of land somewhere. Wherever life dwells, there is Earth. Earth exists wherever we choose to stand. Ah, abundance, huh? We've been chatting for far too long. Let's go. The scholar's been waiting for us already. Today I'll try and look up at the starry sky too. Useless. Then a sapling, now a giant shade. I've not lined this one up before.
So that's how it works.
Come on, now send me already. Finally you're here. I bet you slipped off this platform, Kirk. Why stay in the water? I just see there's already a pathetic thick barrier between us, Kirk. Invisible wall. Anyway, I see another one. Just one pull, I almost... My body suddenly twitched without warning and pulled me from the stream. Just barely dodging that golden beam. Phew. I almost bit the dust there, Kirk. Will this be in a one-time flash on Nymph's lifetime? Yes. Dear esteemed guest, I detect no more nymphs in Radiant Skyward, but something else has emerged here. Please come see for yourself. I haven't actually been here. I was actually trying to kill him as well. Anyway, too easy. That's way easier than the other one. No Sentai stretch out eagerly like I wants to be a spirit thief too. I thought it was just the wind unintentionally chugging at my golden thread, but it was you plucking at my heartstrings all along. We meet again, honored guest. Nymphs, for answering my request, honored guest. As the insects chirped in unison, I found an inspiration in one of my many prophecies. I couldn't form a cocoon of Alice's body. Face a golden brocade. There's a hand splits in two. Take the plunge down the rabbit hole right before you. What could this rabbit hole be? Right before our eyes be about. Rabbit hole. I know it has something to do with those damn things. Seen only through the eye of a thief. The wall built from shields piled high within. Those who destroy all shall leave empty-handed. Those who fear trying shall gain nothing. Only those who bear a pious heart and use it to create a representation of the world may offer infinity. I need an infinity sign. Alright. Let's do this. Infinity. Got this. Should be the place. What exactly counts as an offer infinity anyway? It's just very difficult to make it aim at the right one. Yes. Too easy. That was clunky as hell.
Great.
Tripping secret wisdom
More
and
the better.
refinement. Fruit of time. I got another golden apple. This place is almost done. I can look for the last one in my own time. think that's it. It was just a one new area, right? Yeah, I'm missing a chest here and there. That's all okay. Missing 3 chests here. That's normal. Anyway, all explored, all done. We don't actually have to continue with that nonsense anymore. Pure fiction. I'll do that in my own time. This colorful mayhem is already done. Divergent universe, I'll do in my own time. Yeah, there's nothing left. Silent Homecoming is done. Try not to laugh challenge. Coming soon. Huh. Guess the second version will come out right after this stream. That's kinda nice. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed, and maybe I'll see you next time. Anyways, Peach. Peach, Peach, Peach.